was your force. I brought me no Cassidy, Assembly, Magana for Brina, and I almost were Jomu Pachi, my debby. We our dear and yes, you know, I was say, you take it, the needed action, and I say, your hempens will be a debacquac, and shall be before and a lawmaker dear, and say, Utuana Mama, et cetera. Yen I in the air course to see a Wagana handing a kick one, but who even say, Anas, I remember Anas, on a day, Ascent Central MP, honorable Canadian Compro, who in Japan, or quarter, and rather. Omukupi mu course na course ni mu na ensem bebre ebe ba ya na amanfo chirema to mame to be a course wo court wo no enya asem keto ka keto bi nka judge na wote akonya mu kura no na wo dwane for the life because say na asem na kwakosi no na eni enya ya na ye mpesa Pinax ye bebre mu update bi a endi mu nti ye to ye bo ase ye bibia ye check ye fact and figures bibia esi ni se be mu se debi ni ye de bre mu no the needed ones and I say true facts any but na me no ka say na ewo ha seme be yenim say the case between Honorable Kennedy and Anas Aremia Anas no various times said in pen bebre na na one more updates for her okra more details to what happened yesterday ewo court nem so ma for chema dey Honorable Kennedy was say sense twina so for na my details near see ewo court nearby and nam swaga na for say dey be yem pet charge for be assign fambo Honorable Kennedy Japan.
First of all, Mamfa in Chiakesi and Koma, for ne Ashifoni Adofona. These are some can and on the claims of many. One more follow story, one more Martin news of what happened in court. In Japan, Kana Junior, just say, or share the statement to use your Kakitui, you can call Power be a summa. Not in Samana, not honestly, but people who are saying century in Japan, so it won't happen because the issue was resolved. In Japan is an MP who share and someone back can see so the end and really analyze it. I realize it. The lawyer too, in as much as Obi agent witness box ma or cross examine and don't chess or your that the fact so you're lawyer. What must say? You've been called to the bar. What must you've been called to the bar or the bench? Okay, bar. The meeting can say, bench na ye. But you've been called to the bar for the past 8 years. Oh, practice law. Not in Japan. Case a bar. One now over cross examine in Japan because one now defend the other party. You can't talk to King Japan anyhow. He is a member of parliament. So man, you need to accord him that respect.
Okay.
Because assembly work court, we can't take sides and we need to be very prudent in what we say because there's a contempt waiting for you. Now, yesterday something happened in court. Obekaya, we gave you an update about Anas King Japan case. I personally have been speaking about this case from 2017 to 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21. This is the 5th year. Can you imagine? And the whole thing has to do with the number 12 expose. Anas, Aremia, Anas, or they buy a Japan case. They be Anas. I don't care about the expose you are bringing. I understand, but Saudi expose banam so many information say what would the adene ban who yourself on your chronicity. I also expose you and use a phrase in law. You know your lawyer and answer who will be a winning law say he who comes into equity must do equity. So based on this assumption in Japan, so a try and now all back out to denigrate and answer to actually question the integrity Anas, the image and the credibility of Anas Aremia Anas. So on that same accord, it was in Japan at the Who Watches the Watchman. Now the whole case is about who watches the watchman. Who watches the watchman in the video in Japan purportedly alleged say Anas was taking a bribe from a former from somebody at the same time he also gave bribe to one former attorney general. And a whole lot of things. And that's when Anna said, if you only expose me. But these things that you are saying, it is not true. In fact, the whole narration need Nyama Okano and based on that, Anna said they be in Mguasene Dawson to the Japan Echo Quarter was soon 25 million Ghana cedis. In regards to this particular
for defaming
for defaming, in regards to this particular case, amount for Bayer 4, Ivy Howard Mills, a former late JB Dankwa and is suing Japan 25 million. In his Okuba so the King Japan coin for 25 million. The attorney general in question is also J bribe or Ma bribe or Ma bribe or also issue King Japan for 25 million and other parties CNG Alaska winner. But let's narrow it to this particular point. Anas Eka say in summer King Japan care about him. No, it is not true. Osha and also Anas was also of the view say King Japan used certain words against him Anas Aremia Anas. Adom TV.
Yeah.
Okay, Adom TV.
Yes.
Bedroom pensem that morning show. according to Anas, the statements that King Japan made, 2 of them say he's an evil boy, he's a corrupt person. And I'll say, oh, you see some words and you're so nice about it. So
he's an extortionist.
He's an extortionist. He takes a whole lot of things. So in all of these things,
and all.
Yeah, so in all of these things, Anas bundled all of these claims. The Who Watches the Watchman in Sema King Japan on Adum TV, and also in Sema King Japan on Man FM Boiling Point in the mirror program and also the 2 team to the bomu and the courts and also in Japan. Now, do baby no also court. There are 2 people involved. Wow, the Nipana court who are plaintiff. So in this case, Anas Aremia Anas is the plaintiff. 2. King Japan court. He is the defendant. What am I saying?
Yeah.
So the plaintiff no be man witness statement. Witness statement say asema wo the court no e die ni si e ka we no munsem. Aha, nti ka we no munsem and nipa na odena court no so no. They will also have to hear, yes, the defendant. They will also have to hear the side of the story. Inti King Japan side of the story, and that is the witness statement. But in the witness statement, na King Japan was so banner already or be defending the claim because King Japan so can say the material that I have at my disposal or I showed on TV. So Anas was taking bribe. Anas was conniving and conspiring to blackmail people. King Japan was standing by those claims. For him to, for the judge and also the courts and the whole process to know that King Japan is being factual on his claims. Now, a woman here say, "Yabema King Japan, I bet you witness boss near cross examine."
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So King Japan, before his cross examination, now Anas lawyers argue say, "Yentimi ma Anas, yentimi ma King Japan, embejina witness boss him because in Sema King Japan he has no knowledge or carnage about it." Okay. Akwaya say, "Oka se sebe. Akufo-Addo, president, one wa dada na rape you." What am I say? These are the things Awoka. What proceeded their court? Meanwhile, Akufo-Addo kura who need that. Do you get what I'm saying? Who need that? So it tells you say case now they ban and you're dead on arrival. So these were the same arguments and Anas lawyers and then the council they make it say in Sema King Japan ban he has no knowledge about it. In fact, the said documentary. Okay, who watches the Watchman here? The footage itself, and you no produce here. Open a the Salus newspaper, and the man. It's you are even a third party, bearer of that content, so you can't defend it. And then Sema Oka say, Anas blackmails near there. Those are bare assumptions. What the thing Sema now say, to suit your own narrative. Okay. So these were the arguments of Anas lawyers. But at the end of the day, King Japan had to come. I think they paved the way for it. It's King Japan buy, and Anas lawyer. It's King Japan buy na you babe cross examine, which is called witness box. Now you be say you said this and this and this. Now you cross examine. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, because see, I don't know what they buy.
Why are you saying this? And when Anas lawyer be being and waka, King Japan should be briefed properly. Buy or non-lawyers and send wakasa. I think that is a disrespect. Yeah, I'm not saying the court did well or not, but I'm saying meso a third party whom all of us are interested in the case. For you to tell an MP say you need to look at the phrase, you need to cross examine or say you need to be briefed properly by your lawyers before you speak. No. Okay. Say onim the okan and can on back courts. Onim the okan can on lawyers somebody different. Onim the okan can on cassette because per the Constitution of Ghana. He can say ba embejna witness box him. Okay, you see was Supreme Court a brack Mahama a petition the election results. No, Mahama decided not to go into the witness box. And you say the man. But once in this case, Japan has the right to say me back as a witness. Now you need to give him and accord him that respect for you to say these things. And I think and looking at the pedigree of the man or your MP or sounds a lawmaker. You see, I understand that law is law. The law knows no age. But who said before the law, there were what? There was age and gray hair. Okay. Before the law, there was age and gray hair. And there was authority. Until you read the Bible, no crana. Or say, give what is unto Caesar to Caesar. You need to respect authority. But the way he said it and things, he told him, say, Master, you are very foolish. You need to watch the way you are talking to me because I'm an MP. But these words that King Japan said, they were not appropriate for the courts and the orderly process.
And Honorable Kennedy said, say you are insulting an MP and supporting
yes,
criminals
that's the
at the
same
court.
thing, yeah. It's Okasana, in as much as a year Adiana Nibufu or Kano, these were not the good words to be used in court. What I say, you are angry, you want to voice out your displeasure, but you don't go saying these things as an MP. You could have said it in a nice way. Tell or ask the judge, I think he's insulting me. Regardless, I'm an MP. Okay. Please caution the lawyer or tell him to retract that particular phrase. Anytime you want objection, my lord, objection overruled, objection sustained, but Agyapong got angry, just like what we see on TV. Nibufu, he reacts in a setting Nibufu. So he got angry, said it, but then at the end of the day, the judge told him, say, but you can't use these words in court. You need to lead by example if you are saying an MP. So you need to retract the state. In fact, lawyer and the car say, if Obi disrespected the bar and in the bench,
disrespected court.
Yes, the bar is the group of lawyers. It would disrespected the bar and the bench. The lawyers and the judges are using these words very inappropriate. Disrespected the whole judicial system and the courts. Now, yes, so he opted to Agyapong. But if Agyapong don't apologize, they could have put him on confirmed and I say perhaps better. So he apologized accordingly and pulled that statement. The case went on.
Okay, and menasama abano anase na esi wo court nyina no and mo amokeka say honorable should be dealt with what disrespect court or the chill power band. I don't think say we know Rebecca say this subobia and say charges be
it is not subobia. People want to know the end of the case, what will happen. Honestly, this case is quite tough. It has been going on for the past 5 years. I think it's a case, so first around 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21. Next year will be 2022, 6 years. And Anas is still standing by his claims. He's innocent. He is not an evil person. Yes, he is not a blackmailer. He is not an extortionist. He is not all the bad words that Agyapong thinks and says he is. The video that purportedly who say anything and yet or no Anas that was not the intention because Bruni Becker said they picked it out of context. So who said GBB Anas GBB? I didn't tell Anas GBB. We need to know why. But you can't just assume say because if you trap picture, listen to this carefully. You trap picture now at the end of the day, picture you channel. So can you determine who is taking the money and who is giving the money? What am I saying? You see the same picture. Bet good. Into the caucus say party AAG car. What shows is a picture. Because in the picture, no obi san kon obi saba. Even if it's a video, nipa ode mano. Nipa origin. Do you know the source? These are the various arguments. Agyapong twists on his claims. Anas is not who we think he is. Yes. He needs to. If Anas comes out and expose people, if Anas come out and do his investigation, put people's family members on TV. And Wagan Hakranke, yeah, the BBC, CNN, Al Jazeera, no, Ebia. But which is not good. We need all over. It doesn't give you the chance for you to redeem yourself or for you to change. Remember, the whole process of this whole judicial and court system in prison is to reform or change you. But maybe a life-threatening and I say forever. It leave an indelible mark on you. For example, obi impempino obi court sanipane repeat obi oya abofra. They don't look at the severity of the case. They look at the future torment. Because akrano obe kai ya no. Ebi ade awa yintin ontimi ne bema end the beam ontimi ndo beam. What am I saying? I know people who have had accidents or muntimi in that because or dapeno who sa niema no. What am I saying? And these things are trauma and are marks which are left on the so if Anas is doing all of these things to these people, as Agyapong says, now, it will damage people in a way. That is what Agyapong is saying. Say, if you expose someone out in to TV, so definitely damages the way a simple idea also. They want to TV, so also bribe. Definitely, it's going to damage your credibility. But Agyapong is of the view say it's going to go a long way to damage the person and put a mark on the person. The main aim for we as human beings to reform the person, we won't achieve that. At the end of the day, we will end up collapsing and killing the person. That's what King Japan is saying, and that is where all of these arguments erupts.
All right. Until next say we shall for ne krakra eno no a honorable Canadian compare ko Japan ne anas aremia anas case no e kwako and sani asem ne ko no ubeka se bia anas hu ne say yebedi akodun pempenso a sikechi asa 25 no ebebem ana kakra sa na yi e free court
In some in free court. You see, even if court says Yama Anas $1 million, that doesn't solve the problem. Honestly, I think Anas' credibility has been questioned big time. But once King Japan was talking. In fact, it came to a time Anas now occur all radio stations and King Japan didn't. He told you say these two people are very bent on exposing each other. What must improving to the world say one or the other, they are cleaner than the other party. So the case won't leave courts. Definitely somebody will win and somebody will lose. But at the end of the day, what does it tell Ghanaians? And what is the imprint that Ghanaians have about Anas? What must say? Because Osha in same way about and you can Japan
okay.
You realize that many people have come out to talk. Question the credibility of Anas. Even lawmakers and people are politicians, big, we regard them as intellectual people. They come out and say the modus operandi, of Anas is questionable. Make a modus operandi a quite of us and they are saying it's like say open test it with jamu a comedy no. What must jamani duane, but we train jamani say one can eat man in the dia. That is discipline. But sometimes, if the cat is hungry for 3 days, now also woke us up and start testing the discipline. Now the Diana to wa obedi and on chess umbu masa hunger kills. So sometimes the body and the things will go and do something in a way. Say I'm not saying bribe is good, but a bit more for various reasons, you know. Needs. All of us have needs. It's maybe we square friend in economics, a friend is scale of preference. Obia will needs be brave, but then you scale it to the ones that you can achieve. It will, on your scale of preference, maybe 1,000 things are per year. But at the end of the day, you know, with income and or resources, you know, it can only cater for the first 3, which means they are kind of pending. So everybody has needs. So or should not be to mean scar. Quick way a deal and now baby no be new buno timid a ton aside CH1 and by school visa. They'll go with that. That is the human intuition. But at the same time too, we are being taught to be disciplined. So in a way, this thing is dicey. In fact, we need a whole conversation about it because I believe so your discipline and there are certain things you do. I say me yet discipline. Into me baba said me driving a crowd. It won't even come to my mind. Say I should have something to do with her. Even if she grows up and she's more beautiful than her mother. There's no way I'll do certain because discipline a woman mono and Chemi say I should sleep with my daughter. Discipline a woman mono and Chemi say I should go and sleep with my workers. Okay. I should go and sleep with my secretary. That is not how I was taught. What am I saying? But I would need that discipline. No? You go into these things. What right. So dicey, psychological. All of us are not the same, but in a way, you know, Anas is right. In a way, in Japan is right. So let's see whoever wins. And I will come out and say, "Omudi boy ni ane
Charlie." Charlie. Nti na say we for asem ne kra no no.